with Elma, Dr. Kimberly, and Dr. Linda. You see, I didn't say Dr. Elma because I haven't got my 56 diploma, my doctorate yet. So I'm waiting on mine.
Mine was on sale.
Oh, Kim got hers on sale. Where did you get yours, Linda?
JCPenney.
Mine was
she got hers at
I
JCPenney.
found mine in a thrift store and just changed the name of the person who died and left theirs and then just put my name in there.
Oh.
You know how they take all that stuff to the thrift store and say Dr. So-and-so?
Yeah.
So I just
That's how you got your degree.
Just got a little white right on out.
Oh my God. That's
My name
me why I
right there.
pray up here with mine. These two, I thought they had a PhD.
Don't
and
be
they
donating
stealing
everything
people.
to the thrift store.
Oh my
Now,
God.
you know what PhD stand for, don't you?
What?
Power high and deep.
See, I was told post hole digger.
Oh Lord have
told-
mercy.
I was told-
I will drink to these doctors up here. Okay, we need some scripture walking,
Oh,
Kimberly.
yes.
I don't know. I need some word tonight. I done heard what PhD meant. I done heard that this one I got her from a thrift store that changed the name. Somebody help me tonight, please. Pam, where are you? All right.
See, that's what I told Keith. You know, he has 2 masters.
Who is it?
Keith has 2 masters. And I said, honey, when you leave, all I'm going to do is,
Change his name up.
yeah, EITH, and just put K-I-M-E-M and put it right in there, squeeze my name right in there. Because the K is there and the Jeffries is there, so I'm good.
Oh, Lord. Now she gonna steal her poor husband diploma.
I'm stealing everybody's
Keith,
stuff.
you should have married somebody with a different initial than K. All right, we need the word tonight. So our scripture right is Philippians 1:6. Finish what you started. I don't know if that's a good scripture for tonight. Because Kim talking about she gonna finish something else. I tell you, I'm about to drink on that one. But Philippians 1:6. And then this other scripture, I think you need to go to that one. I can do all things. That's Kim right there. Kim said, I can do all things through Christ. She gonna change the name. But this one tells Kim, never give up.
Ever.
Change the name, Kim, but don't give up, okay? Get your own PhD. But this is so good because tonight we're going to be talking about scammers.
Yes.
You know, scammers are all over everywhere. And maybe you have been
Everywhere.
scammed. And this is the time of the year that people will scam you. So be careful. Now, my question is to you, are there scammers in the church house? Do people actually scam people in the church? Do they really do that? Please, somebody help me. Do people actually take your kindness and scam you?
Yes.
Just because they know that person is nice and just because they know that person will help them, is that considered like a scam? Do people actually go from one church to another church to another church to get what they want? Can y'all help me on that one?
Oh,
I mean, I'm serious.
Had I known it was so lucrative, I would have been doing it myself.
What? Wait a minute, did Kim say she would be a scammer too? What did you say, Kimberly?
Had I known it was so lucrative, I would have been doing it myself.
How would you do it, Kim?
I don't know.
How would you do
Like,
it?
I've been so naive for so long, especially when I found out Linda was so generous. I was like, I know Linda all these years, man. I could have been getting mad money from Linda.
Oh yeah, Linda would give.
Me and my 2 little kids out here struggling, Linda.
And that's what's so funny.
Yeah,
that's how
I
they
would.
scam.
I would do
That's how they scam
Ooh, I
y'all.
would
They
have
use
used them
their
little
kids.
kids. I would have used them for something.
You would, she would have used, I tell you. But that is such a good point, especially during this time, you all. Be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful because at the end of the, starting in November, all the way up through Christmas, people will scam
Oh,
you.
they go all the way to New Year.
New Year.
I thought they did it 365.
Oh, they probably do.
Uh-huh.
And we thinking that if we don't help them,
Where my scammers at? Shout out to all my
come on,
scammers.
all the scammers, come
Where
on,
the
raise
real
your hands
scammers?
up. Put it at the bottom of the
Please stand
screen.
up. Please stand up.
Come
All
on,
the
where the real
scammers,
scammers stand
please
up.
stand up. Please stand
Will you
up.
please put it at the bottom of the screen? If you have scammed somebody, we ain't gonna turn you into the law. Wait a minute, I got 2 scammers. I have 2 scammers on the side of me. It reminds when Jesus was on the cross. I tell you, my goodness. But you know, this is something to really talk about, really, because there is so many generous people out there.
It really is.
Yeah.
And they don't even know they being scammed because they have a heart.
They
Really have a heart to give.
They really
And
do.
people take their kindness and they abuse them. And before you know it, you've been scammed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Them plans.
I think I've been scammed.
Yeah, you have. I have. Kimberly probably has.
I know I have. Oh my God.
Hey.
Yeah.
But this so, I mean, you don't
But
even
you
think about it because you're a good-hearted person.
But you be doing it out of the kindness of
Your heart.
You really want to
And then
help
what's
somebody.
Get to be is they get pissed off with you when you tell them
Find
you
out.
gotta go.
When you find out the truth, they
Yeah,
mad.
they get upset with you.
I'm
And
just really
they
shocked.
bring it back on you, so that's that narcissistic behavior.
Wow.
You know?
That them demon.
That's no demon. I'm with Kim, that narcissistic demon.
Yeah.
But you know, it's sad that people go place to place. And sometimes I think that they dress these little kids up to make them look bad. You know, to
Yes.
make them look.
I hope not.
Yes.
I bet they do. I bet a lot of them do
Oh, my
that.
God,
I
I
do.
hope not.
I really do,
Yes,
because if you think
Linda.
about it, they go. I remember back in the day when a lot of stuff was going on with some of these disaster things, and people would go from one
talking about New
center,
Orleans?
yeah, when they would go
Yes.
from one center to the next,
center.
trying to get the same thing, and then realize we all in this ball game together.
Yeah.
And when you go in, your information is already there. And people was really trying to scam. And this is a time that you really have to be careful, because people will come into the church house and come up and ask for help. And then you might see them walk out there and get into a Benz. You know, you see them people out there on
Well,
the
they might
street,
not have no gas, so that's probably why they came in to ask for some money for gas.
but they come in, they don't really, they play like they
I guess
so.
it don't hurt to ask.
Yeah.
You just have to say no,
But we
right?
have to have some discernment or something,
Be like
because
Sister Vera.
Vera
I
said,
got it.
but I don't have it too long.
long.
But I was looking at the news the other day where these two guys scammed this woman. I mean, they got her. She was getting ready to get in her truck, and she left her purse right there, and the door was open, and this guy came up and told her it was something hanging off the back of her truck.
Wow.
And she walked behind there looking at him. I would have been scared if somebody I didn't know
Yeah.
walked up out of the blue and said, hey, you have something hanging on the back of the truck. I would have probably said, look, well, it'll stay there till I get home.
Right.
I'm not going to go back there and look. My husband can take care of that. But she got out, went back there and looked, and while she was doing that, the other guy came around and stole a billfold out of her purse. And they did it to an older man too.
Yeah.
They scammed him. So people are out to scam you all, or out to rob you. Please be careful. That was another thing on the news too. It said somebody, if you see a plastic bag or something in your door thing handle, don't touch it or something, because they said it's could be some poison or something to knock you out. Windshield, putting stuff on your windshield, or they walking up and ask you to smell this perfume, and then you end up not. These are the days that you need to be careful out there. Christmas
Wise.
holidays.
Yeah, be wise.
Be wise. Be wise
be
as a
wise.
serpent and humble as a what? Dove. Stop being the dove. Be the serpent now. You know, be wise. Think before you react to these different situations that people are going through. Even on the phone, don't give out your social security number unless you know who you're dealing with and talking to. You have to be careful during this time, because people are pranking people. People are doing things to people, and you might not even know you're being scammed.
Right.
Because people just do all kind of stuff during the holidays.
Well, you know, if they scam you in church, they can scam you outside. You know, to me, church is supposed to be a sacred place where you come in and enter into the house with God and Jesus and lifting Him up. Not for somebody to say, sitting there in a chair thinking, okay, now I'm observing all these people that's sitting here. Okay, now
Which one I'm going to get?
Which one am I gonna get? And then you look at, okay, brother the Lord, he looks he might have some money. he dressed nice. He got on the same color socks as his suit. So he probably, they it's like they're doing a what is it, autobiography on you to see, okay,
who I can, who
I
look.
can.
Okay, I'm looking around.
I'm gonna check around and see, and then they go and they they get in your face and start talking, and then all of a sudden you start talking about, I heard you sell electricity. How can I get it? Because I don't have any money. Okay, bam. Knowing brother the Lord,
He's gonna
go and say, you know what? I can help you out. Now he's doing this from his heart. She's doing it to get what she can, or he getting, And so he goes and he has the lights cut on and all this good stuff for her or him, And then she told me, well, I would pay you. Never in lifetime would she pay him.
And he done did that. That's a scam.
That's a scam. And then food. My kids don't have. And people, stop using your kids.
They do that all the time.
Stop using your kids.
That's
because
sad.
something could happen to your children when you trying to get over, and something could really happen to your
them.
child. We have to be careful.
Before I started working where I work now, so you're talking about a 20-year span, I guess sometimes you don't, unless you're working in the community and you really see what's happening, you didn't realize, like, the homeless, they have to be out before a certain time, right, in the morning. So they're already out. Some of them are already dressed. A lot of them are dressed nice because
and they have
the clothing are being donated.
Right.
So if you're not aware of that, and you wake up and you see all these people out and you're on your way to work, you're like, man, everybody's up getting ready to go to work. Wow, that's a lot of people out here. But not necessarily so.
Right.
A lot of those people were homeless.
Right.
Because they're already walking downtown.
That's right. Yeah.
They're already dressed.
Right.
They're not necessarily carrying their bags, so they just look like regular people.
Right.
Their haircut,
Yes.
everything, showered. And it wasn't until maybe like 5 years later I started realizing, it's like, wait a minute. These people came in my center. Wait a minute. They're homeless. They're not actually working. They're not going to work. They just had to leave the shelter by a certain time. So they're already downtown.
Yes.
So most people aren't mindful of that. They're not
That's
aware
true.
of that.
No,
they don't know that that's what's or you see somebody, all these people in McDonald's or at the restaurant, it's like, wow, it's already crowded.
Right.
Well, sometimes it's the homeless coming in, getting a cup of coffee or whatever they're getting to eat. And they're watching your stuff, but you're not watching your stuff because you're just assuming these are all people who are going to work.
I like that, Kim.
Right.
Even in Walmart.
Right.
As I became more aware of my surroundings and working with the population that we work with, I began to see, wait a minute.
That's true.
These people ain't all going to the gym. That's just because, wait a minute, it's more people standing outside than it is in the gym. But they're not going to the gym. They just kind of merge in with the people that are already standing
that's a
there
good point.
because no one ever says anything.
Yes.
So you're walking around in Walmart, so you got to go to Walmart early in the morning.
Right.
Because they have to go somewhere.
They're hanging out in the library,
Yes,
Walmart. And I
that's
remember
right.
one of my friends years ago, I had gone there was a gentleman that came in our center for services. Great, not a problem. And she met him in a store.
Wow.
It's very captivating, charming speech, everything. And she was telling me about this guy. And I was like, what? Most men don't do that. I was like, most men don't do that. Wait a minute, what? And he went to church, but he was homeless. Well, I knew that this is over 10 years ago. And she said, well, he said he works over here, and I went to see where he worked. And I said, no, friend, he's homeless. She said, no, he's not. He has on nice clothes, he's cut, he's fresh, everything. I said, sweetie, yes, he is. And I was like, man, how easy it is to be deceived.
Right.
I mean, he always had great conversation. He'd come in, talk, do his job search, everything, yada, yada, yada. And he lived a regular life. It's just he was homeless, going through, I think it was alcohol, one of those programs with alcohol.
Wow.
But she had met him somewhere, and he was very captivating. It wasn't like he didn't live a life prior.
Right.
Wow.
But she was thinking he was this guy that was on top of his A game.
Right.
And that's the reason why we get deceived a lot of times.
You get
Right.
to see the conversation was great. Of course, you know, she was looking to be with someone. And I was like,
Right.
sweet, that.
So did she find out that he was really
She was
homeless?
shocked
He was homeless.
that I already knew him.
Oh.
Oh, she was shocked that you already
I said,
knew
yeah,
he
I
was
know who
homeless.
that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I know who that is. But just the way she described it. I said, no, you can't go nowhere with him.
Right.
No, ma'am. And even sometimes years ago when I first started working,
That's right.
Where I
Cause we
work.
see him come in and
different people would be in those areas doing whatever they came to do.
right.
And they would meet women and talk to them. And you're knowing where the situation with the
That's
person.
true.
And they go right out to lunch with the guy. Like,
Because they don't look homeless.
the haircuts, everything, clothes, everything, because they're being donated from
And
this
they can
different
go
church.
and get their
they can get a haircut.
You're right.
Clean up, smell good, look great. But you had children. This is not the time for you to choose him.
No, it's not.
And let him get on his feet and get situated.
And then they are looking for a scapegoat. They're looking for somebody.
A place to stay,
That they can,
somebody's
a place to
car.
stay.
They
And-
always have good
Yes.
conversation. Like
Yes.
it'll lure you in. It'll lure you in. Just that conversation, because we all enjoy conversation.
Conversations.
People enjoy good
And you
conversation.
wouldn't expect them to
People-
dress like that.
Right? You don't. You do not.
No, you don't.
don't.
Because we look at homeless people not having them carrying their bags and all of this stuff, picking
And
up
I'm not saying
everything.
they don't have the potential to be something great,
And a lot of them
but
are.
you need to check things
They
out
are.
before you start inviting
That's
people in
right.
your house.
That's right.
You know.
But if you
That's
stop
true.
and look at it, you say they come, they dress and all that. So when they leave, if they going to work, but only they don't have a
A
paycheck.
job.
Yeah, they don't.
They going to work. They gonna be
They go into work to walk around
Yeah,
and
they
see.
working. Yeah.
And there was this one Asian lady. I mean, she would come. She knew where I worked, but she didn't realize that when the bus came from Arlington to here to pick them up, that she was coming to my church at the time.
Oh.
So the same story that she would give us
It's the
is the
same.
same story she gave them. And I started telling them, I said, well, and you know, the leadership team at that time swore out they heard from God. I was like, well, okay. That's when I started realizing everybody not hearing from God. Just say,
No, they not.
just say you want to do it.
Right.
And she was going to 3 different ministries racking up.
See?
3.
Three of 'em.
And our location. So that's 4 places she was racking
That's
up.
right.
Wow.
4 places.
So she's going from
Get an
church to
amazing
church
story.
with the same story, and this is how they get. This is how
You can
if
get
you're
scammed.
not paying attention, like you
Paying
said,
attention.
we wouldn't think that
No.
Or you just assume because I'm a sheep, I don't know any better.
That's right.
Bad.
because a sheep will follow.
And so since they were
go.
in leadership, no. God's called us to do this. This is what we're going to do. I was like, okay. That's like,
And seeing that's how people get scammed, because see, you trying to do it out of your heart to help somebody, and this person know that you would do it. See, some of them, like they said, the devil go through seeking whom he can what
Devour.
He wants somebody that he feel that's real. He's so cunning. He know how to come in and say the right things,
Right.
like you were saying, and they don't look like that.
Right.
And before you know it, you done got scammed.
it's always the same story. I mean, if you're going to if you're going to give money to scammers or people like that, just give me back my money or just give it to me. If you're going to give out a $200 gift card, heck, let me come tell you a story.
Right.
That's right.
Right.
And that's how,
Right.
you know, when you said that, I thought about this movie.
So get
Y'all
it.
may have seen it, where this guy, it was 2 twin brothers, and what they would do, they would go in. Well, the other twin brother wasn't doing it. It was one twin brother. And he would go in and he would go to these nice places, dress up real nice. And he would scope out the girls.
Yep.
Which one he think got
Yep.
money
Yep.
or will pay. So he would go over there and talk to him, and he had his little portfolio. And this was based on a true story. And what he would do, he would tell him, oh, let me buy you a drink, and they'd get all excited. He said, because I want to celebrate, because I just got this $1 million contract, and I want to celebrate. And he done drank up all the stuff. They had a bill of $1,200, I think.
Yeah.
But he was saying that he was paying for it, right?
Right.
He goes and look for his jacket.
Yep.
He said, oh my God,
Yep.
I left my billfold. Okay, I'm gonna cover it, y'all. Y'all cover it, and I'm gonna cover it. And this girl fell in love with him. And every time he turned around, oh, you know what? I left my thing. Oh, can you cover it? And before she found out, she had been scammed. And he was scamming her. He was scamming, going on these other women. He was scamming them. And then what happened? She ended up getting pregnant by him and she didn't know it. Because he had told her this, that he couldn't have kids.
Know she was.
Huh?
She didn't know she was what by him?
She got pregnant by him. But he told
didn't know she was
her
pregnant.
he couldn't have kids.
But she didn't know she was having sex with him either.
Oh, she was having sex. He scammed her in that too.
Yeah,
He knew what to say to
She
get in there.
wanted to do that. She wanted
Yeah,
to do that.
you know what I'm saying?
She wanted.
Blindsided.
She wanted to
no,
do
she
that.
was thinking about that money.
conversation. Yeah.
She kept saying, telling this girl, her friend, oh, but no, remember, he's got all this money. Oh, he got this beach. I mean, he was going, but it was based on a true story. But
So
he
did his brother have all of this?
no, the brother wasn't doing it. The brother was a good brother.
Oh, okay.
But he was scamming his own brother. He was stealing from. But it made me think how people are so smooth and how they can move. He dressed, like you said, real nice. He would just lie to her. But she got him in the end, though. She started looking up and finding, put it on, on Facebook and made her own little podcast and everything. And then they end up catching him. And he got him. They sent him to the pen for all this stuff that he had, taking these people money. And I mean, he was just going around just messing with these women and lying and thought it was cute.
No.
That's what I learned. Working where I work has helped me grow up in that area.
Yes, it will.
The first maybe 5-6 years, you believed everything everybody said
people,
because you want to help everybody. You want to help everybody. You want to help everybody. Then after a while, you'd be like, wait a minute, I done heard this story how many times already in the last 5 years?
Yeah.
And you start changing the way. Wait a minute.
You're right. That is so true.
And I started changing. It's like,
Right.
okay. So
She
if
hear
you
the same story.
now, if you're in downtown Dallas, that's normal for them to get up and go jogging in the morning and run and do all these different activities and get
Yes.
Starbucks. But when you're in another area, that's not normal.
No.
Most people don't exercise like that.
Right.
Then when you're in an area like that, even when you're in the area, you still have to realize that there's still people out in the street hanging out. They were out all night.
Right.
Right.
And some of them, and like you said,
Especially in Grant.
and like you said too, this is another thing you have to look at too, because they give them nice clothes. They can get real nice clothes. I remember when I used to go down to this certain one where they would go and they would donate. Neiman Marcus would donate suits.
Yes,
they
nice
would
stuff.
donate shoes and tennis shoes, and you would see them all out there with these nice suits and everything. And they could come in. They got a nice clothes bank there.
Yes, nice
And
clothes
they
bank.
can go in there, and I would see these people actually come in. They got the showers. They would take a shower. They go into the clothes thing. Y'all got them at your place. They would go in there.
Yes, we used to.
And they would just throw nice clothes instead of washing them. They would come in and change clothes and go back out like nothing.
Yep, like nothing happened.
And then you would find them taking these nice suits.
Yes, sir.
I saw this myself. They would take those suits and they were supposed to be for interviewing. They had nice shoes for interviewing.
Yes.
We would actually see them out there. Hey, man, I got these shoes, man.
Yes.
You want to pay
Yes.
for me? Man, these shoes are like $300 and $400, man. You get, one of them came up and asked me, ma'am, you want to buy these shoes for your man? I said, sir, I just saw you get those shoes from, oh man, I'm gone. He take off. I mean, he just took off because he knew he didn't know I saw. I said, I just saw them give you those shoes for interviewing. You supposed to be getting ready for interview.
When we were at High Point, because I was at High Point for years, and we had this huge warehouse area where people would bring people in to help them, and they would get bags of stuff. But it wasn't necessarily all the homeless. Other people would meet us there because we'd pick them up on Sundays, take them, feed them, get baptized, the whole nine, and they would get garbage bags full of clothing. But they weren't the homeless. They were just getting on the bus to go, and they were using them in garage sales.
Yeah.
They were using things.
And they would get them and go back and sell them.
But they weren't the homeless people. They were other people who just got on the bus to come down for a ride. A lady was telling me that.
And they would get the clothes.
They get bags of clothes, and you're thinking they're taking these items home because they were all good things. They wasn't raggedy.
Nice thing.
And they were taking them. We pick them up on the bus. They go down there. And we thinking they helping their families and everything. No, they were selling them.
They going to hell.
They ain't got nothing to do with them going to hell. All right. Well, tonight, think about it. Have you ever been scammed?
Yes.
And have you ever scammed somebody?
I should
You
have.
know?
Look, I should have. Look, now I'm
You
reconsidering some
should have.
things here.
But be careful during these holiday seasons or any 365.
Yes.
You have to be careful because people play on people, what is it, sympathy,
yes,
on their emotions,
yes.
and they'll try to put this pity party on
Yes.
you to get what they want. And then you see them out there on the street, they're standing there. With me, I look at this, if you can stand there 8 hours to beg for somebody to give you some money,
Yes.
you could get on a job and work and get benefits.
Right.
Yes.
So be
Ooh,
careful
yes.
who you share and give to. Ask God first
Right.
before you start giving out your money. And be very skeptical during this time. When people come and tell you things are wrong and you in the mall, don't park by vans. Be careful, women, when you park by vans because they can have somebody in there to grab you. Kids, be careful. They're even following children homes and kidnapping them.
Wow.
Be careful. A lot of that stuff on the news is really happening in our community. So please, if you are a scammer, don't come to the house of the Lord. Have enough respect for God. And you ought to be fearful of God because God says in the word, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. So we pray that you do not get scammed. It's not only for the holiday. This is a 365 days.
Right.
So at this time, Kimberly is going to scam us with
Yes, I'm going to
her
scam y'all right now.
Fashion by Kimberly. I'm going to see what I can scam on Kimberly
y'all.
right
I'm
now.
going to scam y'all with this outfit.
I like that outfit.
I love it. I love it.
Thank you. I got this because of the Dallas Cowboy. My star sweater. It's like a
Oh,
vintage
Dallas
sweater.
Cowboy lived there.
Stars, with the stars, like a shining star.
The star, did you scam them?
Yes. This is my scam sweater. I'm wearing this sweater when I got to scam people. I go out there and sell them
If you
tickets.
look at it, it'd be black and silver.
Oh yeah, it could be the what is it? Raiders?
We
She
are
said it
the
could
only
be the
stars,
Raiders.
Miss Linda. We're the only stars.
And what about your hat? I love your
Yes,
hat.
my pearl hat. I got
I
this when I
love
was in
that.
D.C. Yes, I went to the nation's
And your
capital.
And your boots and your
And my boots are
purse.
from Shoe Deal.
She
I love
just
them because they're
pearled up tonight,
rubbery.
didn't she? I love that.
And I got my cold shoulder.
Love it. Oh, look at you, girl. She got it going on.
Man, you don't want to give me no music, but that's okay, man. Keep your little music, man. You keep your little music.
That's right. We forgot about that. That's because Carlos is not here. We miss you, Carlos. But to introduce you to our T-shirts
coming up here with
with
us.
Kirk Inspirations. These T-shirts are designed by our producer. And this one, it says, I don't look like what I've been through. We also do shirts for churches. You can put your name on there. And this one, if Jesus died for you, you shouldn't have a problem dying for him. Okay?
I like your outfit.
And I like that.
I
So,
like your
and this
outfit.
one, Kimberly. And this one is with God, all things are possible. What did that one say, Kimberly?
Trust God. Trust God.
Trust God. We
Don't
need to
scam. Trust God. Don't
I
scam.
do.
Trust God.
And this one, I can do all things with God. Possible. It's only with God you can do these things. And we want you all again. If you have been scammed, don't be afraid. Share it with somebody so they will not be scammed, okay? Tell people, hey, I was scammed the other day. And it happened because they can scam you, get all your money out your bank account and everything. So pray before you do anything. And if you do use a bank thing, use a bank that don't have no money in it. Use your account that don't have no money. That's what I do when I'm doing stuff online. I use that small little account that I put like $5 or $10 in it. So if they try to scam me, they ain't gonna get no money. So be careful. Be wise as a serpent and humble as a dove. And until we see you what? Face to face. Every Monday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Y'all, please subscribe. Look at our show so we can get our numbers higher and higher and higher. And if you want to be on the show, contact me. Contact Kim. Contact Linda. And we would love for you to be on the show. And until we see you, good night, Glenn.
Good night, Helen. Good night, Helen.
We love you.
Good
Until we
night.
see you what?
Face to face.